There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With over 140 channels in your vehicle, your all-access trial includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.
Well, that's some nifty stuff if I've ever seen some nifty stuff. Hey, guys, what's going on? Ben Wu here, host of CMA Connected. Welcome to another lunchtime learning session here midweek on Wednesday. And on today's show, we're revisiting a brand that we all hold near and dear, a brand that's obviously excelled and has innovated so much when it comes to sound quality overall, for so long, and that's Focal. Distributed exclusively, of course, in Canada by BB Distribution. We've already had the chance to sit down with Focal and learn about their entire lineup. But what's different about today's show is a new, segment that Focal has developed, and it's called Focal Inside, a segment that's unique to a unique sector of the market that for some may not realize is even out there. And today we're going to get Justin Bond from BB to talk to us about this new Focal Inside segment of Focal Audio. So let's go ahead and bring Justin Bond in. What's going on,
How you doing? Hi, how are you doing, Ben?
Always fun to have you on the show, Justin. Pretty excited about today because when I first heard about this, what are we calling it? This new division, I guess? New segment?
Yeah, market segment for sure.
New market segment. We're talking about OE and direct fit, and we touched on that a little bit the last time that we got together when we were talking about the Focal lineup as a whole, and you did mention a little bit about this whole Focal Inside thing. So I guess where I'd like to start, we saw this nice clip in the beginning, showing applications that exist for Ford in specific. But before we get into specific applications, talk to us about the importance of having product range available for this, what I want to call emerging market of OE direct replacement.
Yeah, I mean, as a company for Focal, it kind of made the decision quite easy as the next step. They do a lot of OEM stuff for a lot of the French manufacturers to offer that kind of premium hi-fi system inside cars. And they've cornered the marketplace with the entire range of speakers that they had. The next thing to do was to cater towards the vehicle-specific drop in, plug and play. I don't ideally like to use that word plug and play because in my mind, I feel like it kind of devalues the technician's service. Whenever you say something's plug and play, it assumes that it's easy. And this is by no means difficult, but you still need to have basic knowledge of 12-volt and car audio to know what you're doing. This Focal hit this segment about 2.5 years ago. They started going really, really hard. They always had kind of back a couple years ago, they had their plug and play series, which they called it. But now this is geared to a whole new thing, a whole new brand, if you will, of Focal Inside with an ever expanding range. Like they're dumping massive R&D dollars into this. And it's for the ability to get the vehicles in and out, make more money for the shop owners, make more money for the installers, less headaches, less parts, less unknowns, right? And just to be extremely profitable and to get that Focal sound and that signature feeling inside everyone's vehicles.
Well, you said a lot there, and I want to break that down a little bit. So, to my understanding, if you're going to embark on a journey to provide product for direct fit OE across multiple manufacturers, I mean, that is an incredible undertaking.
Totally.
Right? So that's very interesting that Focal has committed, that type of commitment to do such a thing. And when you're saying OE fit, unfortunately, I feel that term has kind of been loosely used. Please describe to me what Focal means by OE Direct Fit.
Okay, so for example, I'll grab this here. So this speaker here is our IS Ford 165. So this is a direct fit Ford OEM replacement. So if you notice, it's going to have Focal branded bracket on top with exact purpose mounting points, as well as OEM Ford connectors on the speaker. So there's no guesswork when it comes to this speaker. It's simply remove the old one, replace this one. Should you incur one of the Ford vehicles that is of like European production, they do include an extra connector should you need it to adapt to it. So when I say OEM fit, then I mean there is no guesswork. The bracket for the Focal tweeter for the Ford is labeled Focal, mounts in the exact same mounting specifications in places of either in the A-pillar with the connectors that are on this tweeter or with the bracket supplied. So they make sure they give you everything to do what you need to do extremely efficiently.
That's very interesting. So in other words, what you're trying to say is whatever comes in the box, right, is everything you need to install that speaker in said specific vehicle.
Correct.
There's no extra brackets. You don't have to fabricate a trim or a plate or anything of that nature.
Nope. Cuts down on parts, cuts down on shop supplies, cuts down on labor time.
So from a distribution standpoint, and we're going to get into a little bit more specific applications, but I really wanted the listeners to understand what we're talking about here when it comes to this type of segment. It's really, I guess from a distribution standpoint, it's a big commitment as well, because now you're talking about a whole new range of inventory as well that are application specific. When it comes to the type of business, when I say business, I mean, how do you engage this type of customer? Is this a customer that's coming into the shop saying, hey, can I get my factory speakers replaced? Is this that type of customer? Is this type of customer where maybe you want to go out and seek that business with dealerships? Like, I'm just trying to understand the mindset of this business.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the first part, as a distributor, anytime you carry anything that's vehicle specific or very model specific, inventory can get a little out of hand because now you're relying on a certain range of vehicles for a certain application to ensure stock, right? But with Focal inside, it kind of caters to the whole audio industry and even the expediter market as well. This speaker was designed to be installed at a dealership level with unfortunately that limited amount of knowledge. But like I said, some sort of 12-order mechanical knowledge is still required. But they really, really do make it extremely simple to install. But it opens up a whole new market for anyone who is thinking about approaching a dealership or already starting to do some expediter business with a dealership. This gives them another option to grow their business with that, as well as if you get a customer that comes in and they're looking at speakers and you can say, I can provide you this speaker that is designed specifically for your Ford F-150 or, your blah, 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 or your Nissan or your Toyota, right? That gives your customer a huge brand of confidence as well, knowing that something's not getting hacked in there. It's using the OEM connectors. I mean, I've been in the Bay multiple times where I've had customers extremely stressed me, like, I don't want any wire cut. I don't, it's my brand new vehicle.
I think we've all been there. I think everybody listening knows exactly what you're talking about right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, the ability to just know exactly from start to finish what's going to be required in that entire scope of work is a huge plus. It's a plus for the salesperson. It's a plus for the customer. It's a plus for the company and the installer because there is zero guesswork in there. And with Focal inside, it just absolutely delivers on what it promises, which is a huge noticeable difference in sound quality within the vehicle.
So you get to upgrade the sound quality of your vehicle. A direct fit application for many might be at the dealer level, which also could maybe be bundled into financing.
Totally, right in the box.
I'm trying to understand like where this can go.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to get some of that expediter business. But what about the walk-in customer? Do you think there's a need for the customers that just walk into our 12-volt retailers across Canada and asking for or maybe they don't even know this exists?
Exactly.
There would be a market for that.
Yeah, literally. And, because of the price range and where it fits in the lineup, it still offers a really good solution at a really good dollar value in a certain quality segment that Focal is famous for. For example, they use the Polyglass Cone, which is what we use in one of our most famous speakers in our Polyglass PS165V1s. It's one of the first cones that was ever developed by Focal. So it's tested and true, and proven. And it gets them into that range. And like I said, when you're talking to a customer and there's no guesswork on the install, there is no, this is this, and we have to charge you this for shop materials, and we need to build speaker plates for your car because your car has a 6x9 and we're putting a set of 6.5s in, and this and this and this. I mean, a lot of times that can overwhelm customers, especially if they don't understand what you're talking about, right? Information is good, but appropriate information is the most important thing. You talk to someone and stuff goes crazy, and that's very easy to scare a customer away. But, when you show them a speaker or you tell them, I actually have a speaker, exactly designed and R&D'd for your vehicle, right? That's a huge bonus. And I think it helps just kind of instill a lot of confidence in people.
I think what it comes down to is, again, doing the right job at the sales level to qualify your customer. And engage and probe properly. Is this a customer that is looking for ultimate sound? No, qualms about how much custom or labor is involved. Then obviously maybe you want to show them the higher, end lineup from Focal. But if this is a customer that just picked up a brand new car, maybe it's on a lease, you know what I mean, and they're not they don't want you to hack or anything to that matter. Then this is in my opinion, could be a very, very nice option to show. Moving quickly, so. Now, there's a couple of challenges that come along with this OE fit. When you say OE fit, we're talking connectors. What about vehicles that have like amplification and different impedances and all? Like, talk to me about that. How does Focal answer that?
So, I mean, generally, without getting too techy, it's going to be impossible to cover every single vehicle or every single vehicle trim. It's not a feasible object, at least now at the moment. So what they've done is they've created a highly efficient speaker that will work off of factory power. It'll work off a factory amplified unit. It'll work off an additional small amplifier to kind of broaden the range for you guys. Should you, for example, in the BMW kit with the woofers, there's so many different trims of audio in BMW.
Right. And that's what I was referring to, because you take any vehicle, there's different trims with different audio packages.
Yep, totally. Totally. So they've done certain things like the BMW woofers are available in a 2 ohm or a 4 ohm option, right? Comes down to that kind of thing. And if you do, everyone knows that if you put a 4 ohm speaker in the place of a speaker that was had a 2 ohm impedance, you're obviously going to lose a bit of output. Hopefully. The efficiency of these speakers stand out to generate a representative, similar output to what was in there, but a significant quality increase.
So if I was to compare apples and apples, so I'm factory system, if I was going to put the regular set of Focals in versus these, would you say that this lineup is certainly more engineered to operate within that environment and those specifications that the OE provides?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Very cool. Yeah, I got Mo here with a question. I'm going to bring it up. Are there OE fit subs as well, or are we just talking about drivers?
Okay, so unfortunately, Mo, there's only right now OE fit subwoofers we have for BMW.
BMW, okay, and they're free. They're free air, right? They're
mounted under the seat. Yep.
Right. Okay. Let's dive into some product here. I want people to see the type of preparation, development, R&D presentation that Focal has. Obviously, let's start with a very big category here in Canada, especially when it comes to the SUVs and the pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Ford, how serious are we talking about Ford? Like, is the opportunity there?
So this is actually really cool for us. Obviously, we know that Focal is a French company. There's not a whole bunch of F-150s in France. So sometimes that leaves a little bit of vehicle making manufacturers not just off the table, but just extremely difficult for them to get an F-150 or a Mustang, et cetera, yada, 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 in their shop to do the R&D. So Ford was a really, really big thing for us. I mean, we're super excited and committed to Ford. We got a container of Ford arriving in the next week. It's going to be great.
So you're serious, like Ford is, I mean, if you're going to do application, right? Ford, there's no question about it. Not that I love Ford more than any other vehicle, but let's be honest, there's a lot of these vehicles here in Canada. No question. I mean, look at this stat.
Yes, it's pretty crazy. 5 million vehicles introduced into the world marketplace every year is Ford.
And a lot of them are here. Like, you know, I know where
we're in truck country, right?
Where I am too. I mean, there's no 5, you know, having 6 pickup trucks at one intersection is no big deal where I am either, right?
Yeah.
That's just what it is. But yeah, okay. You know, lots of vehicles. We're not talking just F-150s.
Well, no. So another kind of key marketplace on this with Ford is transit vans. The little transit and transit specs. You can actually order those vans as courier vans without any speakers in them.
Interesting.
Right? Or like a set of, you know, super tiny speakers in the front. So these are going to work for any of that platform crossover, which is amazing. With the Ford series, we're looking at most 15 and up Fords. So we have it in kind of 4 speakers for the entire segment. So we have the IS Ford 165s, which is just kind of like back to the phonetics of Focal, which would be the inside series, S for separates, 165 for the 6.5, and Ford, obviously, for Ford. So we offer 6.5 in a coax and a component version, IS and IC. And then we also offer the 6x9 in a coax and a component.
Would you mind just showing us that a little bit, just to see a construction of what that looks
like? So here, I'll show you up the 6x9. So the 6x9, let me move this. So they all include high-density foam ring for mounting as close to the possible door panel and OEM fitment exactly, as well as the labeled Focal bracket built in with OEM Ford connectors. Like I said, the black polyglass cone. Now, the black polyglass cone was actually significantly designed specifically for Focal inside. Polyglass is normally like a graphite gray color. The black polyglass cone was designed to be a little bit thicker for a much more responsive reproduction of sound in the mid bass area. So you definitely get a noticeable improvement by just simply dropping these speakers in. And it's not an improvement that you have to tell your customer. You know, we've all leaned on the customer to be like, hey, listen to how good this sounds. And they're like, oh yeah, I agree. It sounds amazing. This is something you could literally not say a single thing, put them in the car and watch them smile. Everything from construction to the speaker itself is all branded Focal as well. Plus, one thing that they do, which is really cool, because if I just spent, you know, some significant money on my speakers and I'm in my basic little car and, you know it sounds good, but there's no real visual representation of it because we're going full OEM status. Focal includes these nifty little Focal inside badges that you place inside the vehicle on the speaker grills to give that customer that premium feeling of, you know, having Focal in their vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Very, very, very cool. So it doesn't stop with Ford. I know.
No.
Focal, obviously being a European company.
Yes.
If you go online, you know, tons of videos and tutorials that Focal Inside has produced. If you want to see just how factory fit it is, we'll make sure if we don't do it now, we'll circle back or maybe we get Jay, who's watching, to maybe paste some of these links in the comments. But a full playlist on YouTube of the installation of some of the popular applications, shall we say.
Yep.
But now, one of the newest things is this right here. Let's talk about this.
Okay, so this is extremely exciting for us. So we have a pretty extensive coverage, over 30 brands and almost 600 vehicles now, which is really, really awesome. But this is a whole new level. This is a game changer for us. So this is, I unfortunately don't have one of these speakers in hand. They're on their way. They're in the same container as the Ford speakers. So we're anticipating the arrival very, very, very quickly. But this is Focal for Mercedes-Benz. All right. So, and then we kind of up the ante a little bit. So pretty staggering number when you think that Mercedes-Benz is a premium brand, does half of the vehicles that Ford does, almost half.
That's mind-blowing.
Right?
Mind-blowing.
Of high-dollar vehicles. It's pretty crazy. So it made it kind of a no-brainer for them to target that market. But the different thing with Focal for Mercedes, it is the first premium version of Focal Inside. What I mean by that is,
there's more levels than just one level of performance inside.
There is now.
Okay. Sorry. Please continue. Sorry.
So the nice thing about these is this is a completely made in France product. All the speakers for the new Mercedes stuff. And it's the first time ever we've taken an OE direct fit component or coax, and we paired it with our premium flax cone.
Boom.
Yes. So you are now into the made in France hi-fi range in an OEM drop-in. All right.
I'm going to let that sink in a little bit for a second.
Yes, exactly.
Why don't you repeat that last line?
So you are into a hi-fi premium range for a vehicle-specific OEM drop-in speaker. So
nice.
Everything about the way these speakers are manufactured is absolutely beautiful, and they are fantastic. And we have about 5 different versions of the speakers depending on the vehicle that you're using in the placement. Those are the woofers.
Man. So sorry, I pulled the trigger on that because I have to show this.
Yes. So those are the 2 woofers for the front subwoofers on the Mercedes-Benz. There's some compatibilities on the side there. They come in sets. So even if you incur a Mercedes-Benz that has only the passenger side woofer in the floor, that wire is over to the driver's side, and you can still put both of them in there.
Check out
all
the
aluminum
grills,
basket, all aluminum Focal grills, and a black polyglass cone on the woofers.
Very nice. What about this here?
All right, so this is really cool. So when I talk to you about the range of the speakers that we're getting with Focal inside. Now the difference is for all the dealers that are current out there or anyone looking to look into the solutions for this, I urge you to go to focal-inside.com because there's a very, very comprehensive vehicle matrix there that will show you exact placement or requirements for each of the vehicles that you are looking for in terms of what speakers require. So the Mercedes-Benz speakers come in, like I said, about 5 speakers, which is really cool. So we offer a single set of separates, all right? So one set of components, that's the IS, and once again, inside, separate, MBZ for Mercedes-Benz, and 100 because 100 millimeters is a 4-inch speaker. Okay, now these speakers, I wish I had one in my hand to show you guys. Like I said, I don't. They're an all aluminum basket with a neodymium motor, and they have dedicated Mercedes mounting spikes. All right, so like I said, the website will tell you which speaker is designed to go where or which one is what you want to purchase depending on your application. And so we offer one set of components. We offer 2 different pairs of coax. So one is much like the components, but just obviously a coax, the same forward-facing spikes.
I think I can help you with this. Are we talking about this here, Jay?
Yeah, so that's the separate right there. That's the first thing. So if you notice, it comes with a crossover if you have a Mercedes that has a very base factory system, not run active from the amplifiers. If you look, it's got the protection patch just to prevent lower frequencies from going to the tweeters. If you're doing the active system or the active version, it has all the dedicated metal Mercedes spikes for the mounting, the beautiful flax cone, beautiful Mercedes hardwares, and a full integrated aluminum magnesium dome tweeter, right? So much like having a regular PS165F in the car. So it's really, really exciting. And then obviously there's the badges as well that will show you for the Focal inside to kind of, replace whatever badge if there's any in the vehicle.
Is that the same badge on the bottom right corner you were trying to show before?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Just from far away from the camera.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, back in the coax, we offer a second set of coax that is specifically designed for the rear deck of the Mercedes, for the surround speakers. So slightly different mounting styles, but still dedicated ODM connectors and drop-in. And then the one thing that's actually really exciting for me is we offer a single center channel for the Mercedes.
A single
center channel, but it is a 4-inch dual voice coil speaker. Because one coil is dedicated to the e-call or SOS and nav prompts, and the other one is dedicated to the audio.
Okay, you geeked me out there. You're past what my comprehension is. What is that? Something specific to Mercedes?
Yes. So they use one speaker to essentially project 2 different signals within the vehicle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But Focal already thought of that.
Yes, they did. So it's designed to be, like I said, with Mercedes. It's designed to be 100% OEM style integrated into the vehicle. It works with the Burmester sound. It works with the basic sound. Whatever you decide, they have an option for.
Really
yeah.
Cool. I mean, no, go ahead. Sorry.
When we look at that with the premium jump into Mercedes, and now you're looking into, the kind of vehicle coverage that we have, we're looking for just in core brands now. We have Nissan, we have Toyota. We currently have VW, and there's a brand new VW kit on the way right now, just kind of like a redesign and R&R on the old VW kits that we're looking for probably mid-summer for us to arrive. We have Harley Davidson. We have
shut the front door. This is not just for cars.
No. This was kind of a huge prompt by us, Focal Canada and Focal United States on begging for a premium OEM replacement for Harley Davidson. So we offer the Harley Davidson, we offer in 4 models as well. We offer in either access speakers. So those of you guys who know, this is an access Harley Davidson kit right here. This is the speaker. It's the DFS.
Let's show them that.
Yeah, the dual fiberglass structure. Now, the nice thing about our speakers for the Harley kits is they were completely redesigned. They weren't just, let's grab a 6.5, make a grill and throw it in there. If you notice on this speaker, you kind of can't really see, but please, guys, do check it out. But it has an inverted surround on it. Do you see it?
I see
it.
So that
the speaker is completely flat at the top. So that's to maximize the amount of clearance between the speaker and grill in that bike. We all know room is kind of, a hot commodity inside motorcycles nowadays. So the more compact they could do it. The other thing is our Harley speakers come with 2 different sets of grills. So they come with either like a front fairing grill, or they come with the other style front fairing grill in the street glides. So like road glide, electric glide, street glides. They are both 6.5. So any of the 08 to 13 Harleys will require a speaker adapter because they did come with the factory 5.25. But the 14 and ups will jump right in. And I include the speaker adapters at no charge with all my 13 and under Harley kit purchases.
Pretty
just
serious.
To keep that guesswork out of the way.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
Yeah, so I want to show you one other thing too. So this is the other Harley speaker. So this is the Kevlar Harley speaker. Now the nice thing about this one, like I said, complete redesign as well with the inverted surround on the side. We've talked a bit about our technologies, such as like the TMD or the tune mass dampener surround, which is essentially adding, a ridge of mass to stabilize the linear motion of the cone in the speaker. It is still on there on this speaker, like no corners were cut. The other thing that's really cool is it has a whole new, I kind of have the tweeter mounted in the grill right now, but it has a whole new compression tweeter, right? To just project a little bit more of that SPL, a little bit more volume for you guys, and to kind of combat a lot of the dissipation that happens when you're riding a motorcycle or the sound of the exhaust. So Kevlar was already our most expressive and dynamic speaker in the range. Now they've kind of bumped it up with a little bit larger power handling and a little bit better dedication to being in an open air environment on a motorcycle. So that's super exciting for us. And once again, it comes with grills, connectors, etc., to put into the motorcycles.
And weather resistant for the motorcycle line?
So Kevlar and Axis, the reason they chose these 2 speakers is because these are our most weather resistant cones, right? And being that it is a fact, a set of separates in there, there is no pull piece that has to move up and down for a tweeter. So it does keep it really, really weather resistant. If you pressure wash the inside of your bike, you're probably going to have more issues than just your speakers.
Right.
But they, I haven't had any fail because of water yet. So it's been good.
Good to know.
Good.
We're getting to the bottom of the hour here, JB. I got to shift the conversation for this last few minutes about the business side of things.
Yeah.
So you got your Focal regular lineup, all your premium speakers.
Yes.
What opportunities lie for dealers in Canada to get on with Focal inside?
Well, let's be honest. There is a lot of brands. At one point in car audio, there was more dealers than brands, and now you feel there's more brands than dealers. And Focal is such a robust lineup, like just taking a 30,000 foot view at the entire lineup can be a little bit overwhelming. So if you're already a full-fledged Focal dealer supporting the full Focal line, very good chances are you've already been with Inside. You've already experienced Inside. You love it. It's going good. But if you're a dealer that's been on the fence about Focal and you want to get into it, this is where I urge you to start. Everyone has $149 speakers, but not everyone makes $149 speakers that sound good. Some people are developing OEM vehicle specific speakers, but I don't believe that everyone makes OEM vehicle specific speakers that sound great or cater to the kind of, robust lineup that we're doing right now. Like I said, the marketing dollars that they're investing into Inside is huge. It is a growing segment that is popular among every car audio shop in Canada right now. So it needs to just be embraced. Everyone wants custom builds, but most custom builds want to look OEM now. Right? There's the days of the old Volcano subwoofer are gone.
Hey, easy on the Volcano or aquariums for that matter. It's a G-rated show.
So it's a great place. We're always looking for new Focal dealers, and we protect our old Focal dealers as well. Offering people the chance to get into Inside is a great foot in the door.
So just to be clear, are you saying there's opportunities that lie to be strictly a Focal Inside dealer, but not necessarily a full line dealer? Just want to make sure.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You may have your bread and butter brand in your store and are looking for a solution in this kind of area that you can offer. And then we're just excited to help push the Focal Inside development. Right. The better we can do with it, the more stuff we can ask for. Right. I'm sure I'm going to get a message. What about Chevy? What about Dodge? Chevy and Dodge trucks, probably few and far between in Europe, but they definitely know that we need them, and hopefully they're working on them soon. So.
Okay. And as far as we have the contact scroll on the bottom of the screen. Contact me if you're interested in, looking at the Focal Inside range of speakers. And let's just circle back to something you said at the top of the hour, Justin. The expediter business on a dealership level. Yes. So like I said, this was designed to be able to be installed on the dealership OEM side of things and offered in the dealership. My advice to the car audio dealers out there is that if instead of doing that, like if you have dealers in your pocket or doing work with them, attack them with this. This is something that you can offer to go right along with your starter, that remote starter that you're charging them, or your heated seat, or your 3M, or your Expel. The chance to offer a premium audio upgrade, even to sit in the showroom to show the difference. Send them a set, figure it out. It's just going to be more money and more profitable for you guys, right? It's a huge market that we can attack, that car audio can attack, and that is just very safe and reliable and has a great return. That's awesome. So just to repeat, guys, you want to get more information on this Focal Inside stuff. If you're looking to be a dealer or maybe inquiring, get more information, make sure you contact BB Distribution at the number below for more information on the product, focal-inside.com, and do a search. Do yourself a favor, get to YouTube, search Focal Inside, and literally they have an install video on almost every application they've come up with so far.
If you're questioning the actual amount of plug and play on the speakers, I definitely suggest you view it yourself. Especially they do a lot on the BMW. We have 7 different speakers that cover the BMW options, from ranging from the size of the brackets to the placement in the vehicle. So check it out.
And we mentioned a big one. You just skimmed on it. Maybe we'll talk about it another time. But Toyota,
huge.
Like that's a huge category.
Huge category. Actually, Toyota's really cool too, because Toyota was one of the Toyota. So Toyota and Volkswagen were the kind of OEM side of the plug and play things with Focal right before Focal Inside happened. But Toyota was essentially the first redesigned speaker with the new black Polyglass Cone to jump into the Focal Inside line, and they keep going. They released a new update in 2019 of the already updated Toyota Focal Inside kit that includes the larger bracket and different connectors for the 2019 and 2020 models. Right, so they're not slowing down or just leaving good enough what's good enough. They're dedicated to making this exactly what they're calling it. They want Focal inside the vehicle.
There you go. There you have it. Said best by Justin Bond from Focal Canada BB Distribution. Quick note, Justin, just for our fans out there like Colin and Chris and Conrad. I am gel free, boys. Gel free. I got this coif gel free. I don't know what Justin uses, but I can speak for myself.
Hairspray.
There you go, hairspray. All right. On that note, we're gonna let you guys go. Justin, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Great to hear about Focal Inside. Very best to you. We'll talk to you soon.
For sure. See you later, Ben.
All right, there you have it. Another lunchtime learning session. Focal Inside. My thoughts, great opportunity to get on with a premium product. And they are literally developing products that could help you go get new customers and provide another option for maybe existing customers. Real quick, I'm going to switch up not the logo, but the information on the bottom of the screen. You want to get a hold of us, of course, you can contact us at CanadianMobileAudio.com. or you can email us, or of course, Facebook, Instagram, and all that great stuff. Got to talk to you about this right here. CMA Industry Week coming to you live. It's a spring showcase, March 22nd, April 1st. Monday, look out. We'll be unveiling details about the entire schedule. You'll get to find out all the brands, the distributors, what they're going to be showcasing on March 22nd, April 1st. We've got all the major distributors involved. And it's a really unique platform where literally you'll be able to digest, consume whatever content you want at your pace on your schedule. It's all going to be on demand and live. Of course, it's always cooler live, but it'll be available for you on demand as well. Make sure you check that out, CanadianMobileAudio.com/Industry Week. All right. That was a mouthful, but that was also super cool. We're going to come back to you also Friday this week when we've got our friends from Importel, and we'll be talking about batteries, battery technology with Power XS batteries. Hey, thank you for joining in. I think that's it. We'll see you Friday. Until next time, guys, thanks for joining. Next time we connect. See ya.